there, everybody. We are going to bring you a special treat today. This is one of the world's largest and most beloved indoor miniatures. It's a massive miniature village. In 1935, Lawrence Gehringer created this miniature village in his basement in his house, and people came to see it. And it grew and grew, and he added more and more onto it. In 1939, it got moved to Carsonia Park, and in 1941, it moved here in its current location in Shartlesville, Pennsylvania. This thing is amazing. We're going to take a look at it, and you should take a look at it with us. The display is over 6,000 square feet of miniatures. Originally, it was just the buildings. It was just buildings and little villages. But when Mr. Gehringer's daughter got married, his son-in-law added trains. And so now there's a lot of movement with trains and vehicles throughout the display. It's really quite amazing and impressive how huge this display is.
This is so cool. Did you see the little zoo? The little elephants that have the elephants so they move? This is so cool.
I hope that guy's going to be okay. They're loading him onto the ambulance. The detail on this is just really amazing. I mean, all the power lines that are recreated here. And this is how detailed it is. As you look in here, you can see there's a guy right in here, right there. He's sweeping up the hippo dung. I mean, it's just incredible how much detail there is for all the elements of this village. And it's not just a little miniature village, it's a massive miniature village. So throughout the display, there's a lot of different animations you can activate by hitting the button here. Annette has pushed the button here and she's animating the playground so that the seesaws are moving, kids are spinning around. It's so easy to miss little details. Look at this little boy riding a pony and this person flying a kite here. It has 44 hand-painted windows inside, and there's a whole bunch of other displays that are very similar to that, just have that kind of incredible detail. Not only is there a ton of detail, these things are really well made. A furniture manufacturer in the area actually gave Mr. Gehringer a lot of odd wood that they didn't need. So this is all constructed with furniture grade wood and very sturdy and hand carved. On these trains and trolleys, there are actual people inside. And look, there's the circus. And there's a couple of big tops, some rings, and some of the elephants, some carriages and trains. And there's the horses of the acrobat. It turns out the pot of gold is in the outhouse.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the famous backside of water.
Remember getting an hour and a half practice there.
Button, and that is controlling the oil derricks and making those go. The youngest item in here is about 70 years old, and the oldest items are about 115 years old. So this has been really carefully put together over about 40 or 50 years, and some elements of it are over 100 years old. There's a huge scope to this. It's hard to really see exactly how big it is, and it's quite big. And then you start zooming in on each little element, the little scenes, and the little figures, and the trains, and all the little elements of it. And it's just incredible how much time went into putting this together.
It really is. For us to get through.
We may be here all night long.
Well, there's a lot more people here than I thought would ever be here today.
In the 30s, 40s, 50s, tons of people came to visit and check this thing out. So it was really interesting. Look at the massive train yard there. And it's really impressive that these trains are basically running every day out of the year except Christmas, 364 days a year, 8 hours a day. So there's a lot of maintenance in keeping these things going all the time. So in just a second, they're going to do like a little slideshow nighttime kind of thing. They do it like every half hour. This will be pretty cool. The Fairfield Cathedral that's shown here took over 400 hours to complete. One of the advantages of coming up high is you can see some things further in that you weren't able to see down at the bottom. Say a little League baseball park there. Another example of if you're not looking or if you don't go to all the elevations, you'll miss some things. There's some skiers. There's a nice little wintry scene up here. This must be Annette's favorite place. She does love winter.
I do.
Look at the elevated railway going down the hill there. There's a lot of traffic coming into town today. There's definitely a lot of light and movement things going on here. Makes it look like a bustling couple of towns interconnected. And here you can see some of these photographs of the village in various stages of growth. So it's like, here's the initial layout with hardly any buildings in it. And then they're starting to put some stuff in. Maybe that's probably Lawrence working on it right there. And then the finished product, at least finished at the time. There's always found the Disney. There's Mickey and Minnie. Look at all the retro stuff here. There's plates, there's pennants. It looks like a diary, some patches, fans. I'm telling you kids, you don't know, but patches and pennants back in the 60s and 70s, man, everybody had a whole bunch, a wall of pennants. Just like this Roadside America one. Maybe it was your team, maybe it was some place you visited, but we all collected pennants and we had patches on our jackets and stuff. Now check out, this was an original plane that was in the display that was removed due to irreparable wear. But this was an original plane in the display. So that was a pretty good time over there in the Roadside America, wasn't it?
It really was.
That was one piece of Roadside America we're stopping for.
It was worth the $8.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. It was really cool. We spent we figured we'd spend an hour. We almost spent not quite 2 hours, but it was really an impressive display. The amount of work that went into it was really cool. And it was a lot of fun to see the details.
Yeah, it was fun picking out all the little stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, it was really neat.
And we had no problem pushing the smaller children out of the way so that we could press the buttons to make things go. Yep. No qualms about that.
Nope, no problem.
So thanks for joining us. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Join us for another adventure next week. So remember, kids, have a good time all the time.